just
So
want
Mark
to
gets
just
left
not
out. I knew it.
include Emma. Hi, welcome back. We're the Book Mavens. I'm Rachel. This is Amanda. And today we're going to be introducing our new project. Dun, 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 dun! We're very excited. Body wiggle time. So, all right. So our new project is called Falling for Austen. So we're moving away from the fantasy genre for this new series, and we are heading into the classics. And Jane Austen is one of those authors whose works has just really survived the time. And Austen is somebody that people go back to again and again and again. And we want to try and explore, I think, why Jane Austen, her work, has been kind of immortalized and why we keep coming back to it. And the main question that we want to ask our viewers and ourselves is, should people read the original books, or is it enough to watch
the PBS miniseries?
And there's a significant amount of retellings. I think we looked at it. There was like over 70 something versions of the main 6 of her books. So yeah, we really want to do a deep dive on her characterization, look at some of the archetypes that she explores and rank those, I think, at some point, and just really immerse ourselves in the world of Jane Austen.
Think about it for a second, audience. Have you actually read the book, or do you just really know the story because you've seen so many versions of it? Like, you watched the 6-hour mini series of Pride and Prejudice, you saw the 2005 movie, which is beautiful, but have you actually read the book? So when we were sitting down for this project, I was convinced that I had read not all of them, but I was convinced that I'd read 4 of the 6 that we're gonna look at. And then I really got thinking about it, and now I'm only convinced that I'm for sure that I read 2. And even now that I'm speaking of it, I'm getting nervous about my Pride and Prejudice one, and maybe it's just one. I'm pretty sure I've read 2. And one, I know that after thinking on it all week, I'm pretty sure I just constructed a memory of reading the 3rd one that I thought I had read. So we're gonna find out. Do you actually have to read the original? Well, we'll see.
I'm in a different boat than Amanda. I absolutely for sure read all 6. So I did it in one summer as my own personal book challenge. I do like to do those. And so I read them back to back to back. And some of them I'd already read before. So it's pretty fresh for me. But I love how these stories have endured. The fact that they're so female-centered, with a female author who really, she got some success towards the end of her career, but really just how influential they've been in terms of storytelling, especially when you're looking at a female-led story. That her plot lines, they have been reworked, they've been reimagined time and time again. So we really just want to kind of get down to the nitty-gritty on why they're just so awesome and why we keep coming back to them, and they're amazing.
The other part of the adventure of our Falling for Austen that we want to look at is if in reading the originals and going through them together with each other, if our ranking of the stories in terms of the ones we most identify with or that are our most favorite to read, if those rankings change as we go kind of into this deep dive and discussion about Austen. If you go back to any of our videos, you will know that Rachel makes very compelling arguments for things and often changes my mind. So we wanted to share what our current ranking of the stories is. Mine from the perspective of probably not having read as many of these as I thought.
She has some very interesting opinions about some of the books. So I'm like, I think you should actually maybe read it.
I think what Rachel means is I have opinions that are different from hers. She's ready to convince me otherwise.
I am.
She probably will. We all know how this goes. So
we'll see. You can be very stubborn.
That's true.
So yeah.
I can't be.
So my ranking going from least to favorite: Northanger Abbey, Mansfield Park, Persuasion, Emma, Sense and Sensibility, and Pride and Prejudice in my number 1 spot. There we go.
So my rankings are at the bottom: Northanger Abbey, Emma, Mansfield Park, Persuasion at number 3, Pride and Prejudice, and number 1, Sense and Sensibility. Next week, we're going to start with our agreed upon slot. Our least favorite, we think, well, Rachel knows, I think, is Northanger Abbey.
pretty sure it's going to stay at the bottom. My prediction.
This is one that I've definitely never read, and I did not love the miniseries, even though I really liked a lot of the actors who were cast in it. I just didn't go for the story. So this is like my number 6. So
we have such different perspectives because I did not watch the miniseries. Northanger Abbey, I've only read. I've never seen a production of Northanger Abbey.
oh, that while I'm reading this week, that can be your assignment.
That's
is
right.
that you
So
need
I'm
to
gonna
watch the miniseries.
miniseries.
We don't want you to miss any of the episodes on this journey that we're going on, so make sure that you like and subscribe, and you can hit the bell to get notifications when our videos post on Tuesdays. We also would love to hear in the comments about spin-off books or modern retellings that you've really enjoyed, particularly of Northanger Abbey. If you have one that you like, we'd love to look at it before we talk about that book next week, and we'll see you next time.
All right,
Bye. I can do this, Rachel.
I think you
I
should
feel
do
like
that.
you
This is
should have
like
gone.
your 6th time trying to rank
20
them.
million.